welcome back to my channel. This is Aloha, and I wanted to show you guys my finished Traveler's Notebook Junk Journal. And I've had this journal for a little over a year now. This is one of the first journals I made using fabric cover and stitching. And finally I did manage to use it because I kind of wanted to stick to the theme. This was inspired by Nick the Booksmith from her Carpetbagger series. I also got the idea because when Sharon, Mad Paper Crush, she was doing a giveaway and she had asked what was my favorite ephemera, and what I answered was I actually like to look for, used books and old books, or just books in general with, old vintage pictures in them. And I like to cut them up and then use them in my journal. So this is basically what that is. So I'll show you guys the inside. Okay, here's the first page. So I was so thrilled, when I was just first introduced to junk journaling, and Nick the Booksmith was one of my biggest, I loved her style. She had a lot of authentic vintage items, and this was one of the things I found, and it's a postcard from 1910, I believe, and it's this lady here. The writing's still on it, and it's so beautiful. There's still that stamp there, and I wrote on the back. And I also found these journaling cards, and it has quotes on the front, and then on the back you could write, and then I really just enjoyed the quotes. And I made a little mini notebook, and I did write on here. And this is a leftover fabric, and just collage some little things. And that was a picture from a book. Just set that aside. And I posted this page up on my IG, and I wrote here as well, new journal. Here's a pocket that I made, and I wrote on the back. Here's another photo from a book that I cut up. And here's a second page. This is a lavender flower, and this picture I cut out, it reminded me of my sister and I, so I wrote a little bit about her here, and wrote there. I write quite a bit. If there's really nothing that I can't think of to write, I just literally just jot down words that are just popping up in my head, and just so that I could write something down. And sometimes it turns out quite funny. And then mainly I also look at Pinterest and quotes and things like that, poems. I like to write those down as well. And sometimes there's an exciting event happening, I do write that down, and just so that I could keep a memory of that time. So here's another, oh, this was given to me. Here's this tuck. Photos. You know, I like to keep magazine pictures also. I thought that was really nice. Here's a pocket I made. Here's a little poem book about mothers that I found, and I cut the first page out just because I love, you know, books that have dedication on them, and this was from February 10th, 1974. And it's to my daughter, love Mom. And I think that was really beautiful. And I have little flips. I like to also write about, you know, a little bit of history, little facts, interesting facts. And, you know, beautiful quotes. And I find quotes that that kind of relate to me at the moment, and that's how I find the quotes. I just don't randomly pick quotes or poems. I like that it's relatable to me or my life. So yeah. And I really love this picture. I wrote there on the back. I love this picture. This was from early 1900s, and these are little kids putting up putting a play. And this little window image, this, I did not make this. This was given to me. And every little journaling card I do write on the back. Whenever you are creating beauty around you, you are restoring your own soul. I love that quote. And this is a little tuck, and there is writing on the back, and it's just a little thing that I did. I thought that was really interesting. And again, this, I didn't make this. I don't know, some of you might be familiar with her work. It is the Timeless Junk Journals, and she gave this to me. Another tag. I've got my new Sizzix that I received as a gift, and I've been playing around a lot with it, so I made this tag. I got a new stamp, so I'm using them. And I also like this postcard. It's not authentic. It was from a book, an auction book that I also acquired. A friend of mine, he collects stamps, so he goes to the auction and he gets these magazines or booklets, and he gave them to me, and I have tons of ephemera now of, you know, of these types of things. And I love this page. And oh, I have yet to write on the back. I forgot about that. But actually, this is my great aunt. She is the sister of my grandmother, and what a beauty, isn't she? And this amazing charm. This was given to me also by Rivera. We did a swap together and she made this for me, and I just added these little charms and beads which she also had given me, so it turned out really cool actually. So I just used that for me here. And again, some more of those photos. This is an immigrant family, which I really love this photo because I myself am an immigrant in this country that I love. This is a postcard I found at the thrift shop, and I wrote myself a little, note. And there was really nothing I could do with this because I just love this. It was actually a 12 by 12, and I just really love the image, so I left it as is. I have things in here as well. Another photo. This is from a book, pictures. I don't know, maybe the reason why I do love collecting these types of photos is because I don't really own one myself. I don't know much about my my family background. Not as far back as, my grandparents. That's pretty much how much I know. And even that I don't know much about. So I really do envy a lot of those families who, can go back, as far as, I don't know, 1800s even, or early 1900s. And I really just would love to know something about my ancestors. Again, this is another, I could say, immigrant family. And I love this fabric. I believe it could be a stamp. This was given to me by Hiemstra. We did a swap together, and she had given me so much goodies, and this was one of the things she had given me. Another one of those journaling cards. And this again from a friend, Timeless Junk Journals. Just a butterfly, and I wrote on it. I cut out pages of paper that, this was a back of the other, the magazine. Of course, the front I really like, but then the back is just words, so I just slapped on some paper and then wrote on them. I'm not much of a collager because I do like to have my space to write, but I still love collaging, and I like to incorporate a little bit here and there. This is also a little mini notepad. This is actually a butterfly, and it looks like a leaf, if you can see. And this was another Happy Mail that I received, this time from the Quiet Rebel Journal. And these are die cuts that I received from a Happy Mail from Maud. Again, as I mentioned, I love cutting pictures out of books and magazines, and this is one of those pictures again. This little flower ribbon I received from Kathy. Tea card. Happy Mail. Again, believe this is from the Quiet Rebel Journals. I love this. Oh, I didn't write anything here. I forgot about it, I guess. And a fussy cut. So I love this page. I love old wedding photos. And if I had an era to, I know, to have a wedding theme, it would be 1920s. And these are just little notes and letters that I received from some of the Happy Mails I've done, or I've swap, and I just keep them here. Yeah, book photos. And coffee dyed paper, I believe. And this was my attempt at making one of those book pages envelopes that didn't really get into a journal in it, but I kept it anyway. Another journaling card. And that's it, guys. So, what do you guys do after you've finished a journal? Typically, I just have a little shelf above my desk and I just have them, you know, displayed there. But after a while, you know, I don't want it getting dusty. So how do you guys keep your memorabilia in your journals? I'd like to know. So here is mine, and I have been working on, since I really like this type of style, it's easy for me to write and finish, because, you know, a junk journal can seem to be very thick and long, and sometimes the satisfaction of finishing a journal is just, I don't know, it just makes me so happy. And then I look through them once in a while, and sometimes I find, you know, I do get inspiration from it as well when I look back through my stuff. And there you guys have it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I really did enjoy finishing this up. So have a good one, guys, and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye for now.